Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to my channel, Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for September 6th, 7th, and 8th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for my Geminis. Hello, my Geminis. How are you? Well, weekend readings, I use my Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards. I have prayed, meditated, and infused the deck with Reiki energy, but remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest, okay? I want to thank everyone who subscribes, likes, and shares and comments. I thank you all. If you haven't, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that. Now, one thing I wanted to tell you, I was talking to a friend last week, and we were talking about how June, July, and August energies were very, for me at least, and for her, very oppressive. And she asked me, well, have you saged your house recently? And I was like, no, I haven't done that. And so she's like, well, you might want to do that because that clears out energy. It's like, yeah, duh. So I did this morning. I opened up all my windows and my doors because you have to have a place for things to go. Went through my house, went through my closets, went through anything that's a hidden spot. And, basically what I do is as I clear it, I speak in my higher power's name. And I went through all my rooms and, moved any negative energy out of there. Now you can go ahead and look online on how to do this. A word of advice though is to be aware of your smoke alarms. Yes, and also if your smoke alarms are attached to any water source, then maybe you need to get some spray, some sage spray instead of, I would not suggest that you use the smoke. Okay, just kind of putting that out, but it feels lighter, it feels better, it feels cleaner here. So just wanted to share that with you. Okay, 3 cards face down. The first and third are reversed. So that means a strong message. Here we go. Ego. Okay, ego. Ego is such an interesting card. It's why I'm not quite sure that I like ego per se. Sometimes it can have a very negative, connotation to it. Sometimes it can be kind of a harsh mirror to you, to anyone, who gets this. Sometimes it's really facing your fears, facing who you, facing what you've done, your actions. But this is a major arcana card. And ego, this is Archangel Jophiel, and this is about, in here, it's a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. So this could be, again, where I said facing your fears, looking in the mirror, looking and saying, okay, maybe this is the time you really need to reach out to that higher power, guardian angel, spirit guide, voice of the universe, your divine, whoever that is. Reach out and make that connection even stronger, because to me this is it's not, the thing about ego is we have a tendency when we start looking at ourselves to blame ourselves, and and sometimes, yes, we do have to take responsibility, but sometimes I feel like it's almost like we've been a ping pong ball, okay, and that we've been the ball and there's been 2 players directing our lives, and it depends on how many times we're going to be bouncing, okay? So this is a time, though, that, it's where it says a false sense of entrapment, this is, again, the false sense of entrapment. Did I put myself here? How can I get out? How do I unweave this web that I'm in? This is that, this is all those thoughts that go through my thoughts. This is going through for you, my Geminis. Okay, next card. Release. Okay, so here we are. I was talking about the web. How do I get out of this web? So the thing is, again, another Archangel energy card. This is again, very, major arcana type of thing. And this is the end of a phase or situation. Spiritual transformation, time to move on. So it really is time to move out of this. The only thing about this, and I was talking about something about this earlier, if you don't learn your lesson, the lesson that you needed to learn, even though things might move you forward, you will come to another situation very similar to this, and you will then be in that same web. It might be the web, let's put it this way. It might be a different web and in a different place, but it will give you that same feeling. So you really need to work to see what it is. What is the lesson I needed to learn, because it's time for you to move on. And maybe you have learned your lesson. And because you've learned your lesson, maybe this is more of a past issue with you. And because you've learned it, you're now going to be going forward. Okay, next card, and this is reversed, is the Two of Air. Now, air energy, my Geminis, is your energy. It's your mind energy. It's your thought. It's your Wi-Fi. It's the things that come down, that's downloaded. It's also Libra and Aquarius energy. But the thing is, it's like, okay, you're learning from what you learned. You're learning from what you're learning. The door is opening for you. All you have to do is go through the door. Go through the door. And you're like, but maybe I'm not going to do that. Maybe I need to stay. Maybe I need to stay in this. Maybe I haven't learned my lesson, Deb. Well, you know what? The door is opening for you to say, and I kind of feel like it's one of those things that says, run, don't walk. But, but then again, and you're at the door and you're like, maybe not. So this is being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. So with this, it's kind of like, and maybe, okay, so, I'm going to go with this scenario, this example. Maybe this is one of those things that you're separating, you're divorcing, and it comes down to, okay, here is the settlement here, or maybe it's, I don't think it's like a will or in here. I'm not going to, it's like, okay, here is the divorce papers, sign, everything will be free, everything will go forward, sign. And you're like, after spending all the money on the lawyers and on the courts and all the things that we've spent money on, well, maybe we should think about this. Okay, maybe we shouldn't do this. And it's, that's the scenario. I'm not saying that that's going to be happening to you, my Geminis. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying try to see that scenario. Maybe it's you selling a house that you've lived in, you've raised your children in, and you're selling the house, and it comes down to now, okay, you're moving on. You're excited about your move. You're going to go to this newer place. You've downsized. However, you're excited. And now it's like, okay, accept the offer. Do I really want to accept the offer? Okay, it's like that. Or it might even be that you've been in a job that really was very, or a relation, any type of a relationship. Could be the job, personal, or family, that wasn't necessarily healthy for you. And now it's time for you to move out of that, move on. And you're like, oh, I just don't know. So Gemini, the opportunity is there. It's up to you to make the decision. And I can understand when you do, and I can understand when you don't. So I do understand, but it's up to you to make that decision. So good luck with that. Like I said, take what you like, leave the rest. So my Geminis, as always, know that you are loved and be blessed. Bye-bye.